Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And boy, beautiful day today, really. Even looking up north, we still have some snow on the ground. Temperatures warmed up that way. That's our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera. And you can see the Methow River, also the Columbia River, and lots of blue skies. And that's what we enjoyed all across the area today. I'll tell you, it's going to be nice right through the weekend. And then the bottom is going to fall out next week, beginning on about Tuesday or Wednesday. We are talking high temperatures only in the upper teens, with lows possibly in the single digits. And we'll have more in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. A former Chelan County Sheriff's deputy is suing the county and the department for alleged harassment, which he says drove him out of the agency last year. A California woman working at Stevens Pass is accused of using stolen credit cards to rack up thousands of dollars in charges at Wenatchee retailers. And Wenatchee police say a driver was under the influence when he went over a short retaining wall and crashed into a fence on Maiden Lane near Walmart yesterday morning. But first, our top story tonight, a Leavenworth nurse arrested last week has been formally charged with possessing and distributing child pornography. 53-year-old Michael J. Ross faces 9 counts on each felony charge. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies arrested Ross at his Leavenworth apartment on February 8th after an investigation that began last May. Prosecutors filed the charges on Monday. Ross, who worked at Cascade Medical Center as a registered nurse, is suspected of keeping illicit images in his home and uploading those images to the internet. He remains held in the Chelan County Jail on $2 million bond after prosecutors worried that he was a flight risk. He'll be arraigned 1 week from today. A former Chelan County Sheriff's deputy is suing the county and the department for alleged harassment, which he says drove him out of the agency last year. Aaron Shepard, a deputy for 9 years, filed suit in Spokane federal court on Monday, claiming instances of harassment, retaliation, and discrimination that drove him from the sheriff's office. His lawsuit alleges he was abused and undermined by peers and superiors in the agency for leaving Grace City Church. That's the evangelical Wenatchee worship center attended by many fellow deputies. The lawsuit says former Sheriff Brian Burnett promoted Grace City programs to his underlings. Shepard's departure from the church in 2016 was allegedly followed by retaliation within the agency that eventually led to his resignation. The department has yet to file a response to the lawsuit, and no hearing date has been set. Burnett lost re-election last year to Sheriff Mike Morrison, who said today he couldn't comment directly on that lawsuit. Grace City Church leadership did not immediately reply to an email from NCWLIFE requesting comment. Well, a California woman working at Stevens Pass is accused of using stolen credit cards to rack up thousands of dollars in charges at Wenatchee retailers. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say 34-year-old Dorothy M. Lucas began using a fellow employee's credit card in early February, a few days after it was found to be missing. They say she bought food, wine, power tools, and specialized equipment at Wenatchee stores before being questioned and then arrested by police on Tuesday. Investigators are seeking charges against Lucas of third-degree theft, possessing stolen property, and identity theft. She was held in the Chelan County Jail overnight. Wenatchee police say a driver was under the influence when he went over a short retaining wall and crashed into a fence on Maiden Lane near Walmart yesterday morning. 46-year-old Trevor Christopher Dudley of Wenatchee was cited for DUI and driving on a suspended license. The crash occurred about 10:10 yesterday when Dudley's westbound Honda Accord veered into the eastbound lane and then crashed. Police said Dudley reported having no memory of the accident, but did admit to drug use. He received medical treatment before being booked into the Chelan County Jail. Well, when we come back, the Chelan Housing Trust announced their new executive director last night. We'll tell you who it is. Teachers and supporters of the Wenatchee Internet Academy lined up to testify last night at a meeting of the Wenatchee School Board. And the Washington State Department of Health's Washington Tracking Network is launching its second annual Youth Science Contest. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. Now you can fish like a pro without breaking the bank thanks to the ProMag aluminum fishing boat by Smokercraft. It features a great layout with a spacious bow casting platform, huge live wells, and in-floor storage to safely stow your gear. See the Smokercraft line of boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Welcome back. In another news, the Chelan Valley Housing Trust announced their new executive director last night. Scott Myers, owner of Lake Chelan Cheese, will take over the position. Myers is a former auditor and has previous real estate experience. His local ties also include coaching football at Manson High School. CVHT said Myers brings not only the financial expertise needed to steer the housing trust, but also outstanding people skills, along with a deep passion for the betterment of the community. Well, teachers and supporters of the Wenatchee Internet Academy lined up to testify last night at a meeting of the Wenatchee School Board. The board is considering whether to keep or cut the online learning program, which was established during the pandemic in the face of an $8 million budget shortfall.
We did not have success in the brick and mortar schools, and having an IEP not met by the district was a very frustrating experience as a family. And we are having ultimate success right now in WIA.
There are many reasons families choose to enroll in WIA, but 5% of our families stated medical reasons. 19% of our families said it was because of bullying, either by teachers or their own peers. 33% of our families said they need the flexibility, they want the personalization, their kids feel safer online, and they know that their students' attendance will increase.
Students who otherwise may have disengaged from learning due to anxiety, bullying, or other complicated family situations are closing gaps in math presently. They're going to be ready for algebra at this pace. And these students are growing and thriving at WIA.
The Washington State Department of Health's Washington Tracking Network is launching its second annual Youth Science Contest. The contest, which is open to all Washington State high school students, helps develop science and communication skills while working with data from their own communities. Participants can choose from 3 tracks: health science, community engagement, and science communication. Registration, which students can do on the Washington Tracking Network website, is open now through March 15th, and submissions are due by April 30th. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Please stay with us.
At Prestige Senior Living, we celebrate life at every age. From our cognitive and fall reduction programs to our focus on life enrichment and wellness, we help our residents maintain independence while nurturing mind, body, and spirit. Residents also enjoy a wide variety of amenities and services, including restaurant quality dining, housekeeping, a full calendar of events, and so much more. To learn more or to schedule a tour, visit us at prestigecare.com or call the number on your screen. We can't wait to show you around.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can just
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. Chelan County is hosting what it calls a small quantity generator event next month for small businesses who need to safely dispose of hazardous waste. The county's moderate risk waste facility on Highway 97A is the drop-off point for the event scheduled for March 7th. Coordinator Aaron Johnson says in its 3 years of operation, the facility has seen some interesting items get dropped off for recycling. In tonight's features story, NCW Life visited the center to find out more.
My name is Aaron Johnson. I'm the lead hazardous waste technician for Chelan County here at the Moderate Risk Waste Facility. And this is where households and members of the community can drop off household hazardous waste for safe disposal and or recycling. We opened December 2019, so a little over 3 years. And in that time, we've collected over 300,000 pounds of hazardous waste. People can bring items from the garage, the garden shed, under the kitchen sink, so cleaners, any automotive products from oil and antifreeze to car waxes and brake fluid, anything. And as well as pesticides and herbicides, and also any kind of battery from lead acid to lithium, and any aerosol cans as well, as long as they have something in them. And yeah, anything that you're questioning, can I throw this away or not? Good chance it comes here. After about 2 months that we were open, we started to notice, hey, some oddball things are showing up here. So we decided just to kind of set them aside. And it could be anything from an army man to a unique oiler. And yeah, we just set them aside. It's just kind of fun. Something to spice up the day a little bit. Yeah, we get everything from a little tape measure here, somebody's souvenir from Florida, mini saw, army men, golf balls, you name it. We get a lot of random items get dropped off. Started collecting these oilers, and they come in all shapes and sizes, so it's kind of fun to see those come in. And down here, just some random items that we kind of thought were funny and unique. Our small quantity generator event, which is actually coming up on March 7th. So that event is for businesses that produce about 200 pounds of hazardous waste a month, or about 2,000 pounds a year. That would be about 5 55-gallon drums worth of material. So they can sign up for that by visiting the county's website. There's an application there, and the deadline for that is February 28th.
Let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Wednesday. Boy, no complaints weather-wise. We had lots of blue sky out there and some nice mild temperatures. Beautiful shot of the Wenatchee Valley looking down from our Omi Gardens Sky-Fi Tower camera. And you can see we did have just a few high wispy clouds out there today, but all in all, a nice, let's call it late winter day now, because our high temperature today, 41 degrees, and it's almost where we should have been for this time of year. 42 is our normal high. 57, that's our record, and that was set back in 2015. We started off on the chilly side this morning at 23. That's a few degrees below where we should be for an overnight low. 27 is normal. 14, our record low, and that was set in 1985. We haven't had any precipitation in a while now. We're still sitting at 1.47 inches, and that is only 8/100ths of an inch now above normal. So normal now is creeping up on us. Snowfall to date still at 37.5 inches. Sunrise 7:06, sunset is at 5:24. Let's take a look at your Thursday temperatures, and they will be a little bit cooler, I'd say, than today. We're seeing some cooler northeasterly air move in. So a lot of us west of the Columbia Basin will be in the mid to upper 30s. So that is quite a cool down from what we've seen. And then lower 40s for you folks from Quincy into Ephrata, Moses Lake, your high temperature tomorrow at 42 degrees. Taking a look at what we can expect for tonight, mostly clear skies. Here's that high pressure over eastern Nevada. Nice ridge up and over the Pacific Northwest. A little chilly tonight, though, once again. Lows in the mid-20s. For your Friday, then, as we get into the end of our work week, things are, I should say, Thursday, mostly cloudy. Let's not jump ahead a day. Chilly high temperatures tomorrow in the mid to upper 30s. This area of low pressure will bring the clouds for Thursday. That'll move away for Friday and allow more of that ridge to slide back into the Pacific Northwest. We are going to see some clouds Friday, but warmer temperatures with highs into those lower 40s. Getting you into the weekend, and boy, it looks nice for Saturday. Other than a few clouds for Saturday, warmer temperatures. We'll see highs into those mid-40s. Not much wind out there. Great day to get outside, but not so great on Sunday. Lots of wind right here in our viewing area. Mostly cloudy skies. Some shower activity in the mountains in the Cascades on Sunday, but very mild into the mid and upper 40s. And then for President's Day on Monday, hope you're lucky enough to have it off. We will see partly cloudy skies, nice and mild temperatures with highs Monday in the mid to upper 40s. And then for Tuesday, this is our big weather changer next week. Huge area of low pressure will bring us rain and maybe even some snow. I'm thinking, yes, snow with highs in the low 40s for Tuesday. And I'll tell you what, beyond Tuesday, I mentioned it earlier, we are looking at more snow with temperatures only in the teens. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. And tonight, expect another chilly one with overnight lows around, the 25-degree mark or so. Mostly cloudy and 37 for our Thursday. 26 the overnight low, and then we'll warm back up. And boy, Friday and Saturday, they're going to be beautiful, folks. Partly cloudy Friday, mostly cloudy Saturday. Low temperatures back into the upper 20s to around 30. Mostly cloudy and very windy as we end the weekend on Sunday. We'll see a high on Sunday of 45, 47 with partly cloudy skies Monday. And then our weather changes begin on Tuesday. Cloudy, rain and snow likely with high temperatures in the low 40s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's Sports Report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. For the fourth time this season and eighth time going back to last season, the Eastmont Wildcats beat the Wenatchee Panthers in boys basketball. The Eastmont switched to a zone defense in the second half and outscored Wenatchee 17-11 in the third quarter and went on for a 70-57 win. Eamon Monahan led the all-scorers with 22 points, while Reese Gallagher had 21 to help Eastmont advance to the district tournament.
32-28, 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Monahan, baseline jumper from 6, good. Here's Gallagher, back to Shindelli. Now it's Hobson, quick ball movement. That's how you beat a zone. Hobson's gonna take the long shot for 3, good. This zone baseline, Bishop with the nice shot, but it's too hard, no good. Gallagher the rebound. Quickly down court, lob pass, Monahan, volley-oop, good. 11-point lead again for the Wildcats. Under 4 minutes now left in the third. Torres, point-blank shot. Good. Eastmont has jumped out now to a 12-point lead in this District 6 play-in game. Wenatchee needs some buckets here. Back to Shindelli for Eastmont. Gallagher left open. It's good for 3. Fantastic game. Unofficially 21 points tonight, including 4 3-pointers, and boy, they were big ones tonight.
Yeah, I just shot the ball pretty well, which kind of helped out the team, so yeah.
And the last time you played the Panthers a few weeks back, it was a pretty spirited, close game. What were you guys trying to do tonight to avoid another close matchup?
We just had to come out with energy and make sure, they didn't, bring more energy than us, so we had to set the energy, basically, yeah.
And you know, your guys' tempo is up court quickly. You have to get the rebounds to do that, and you guys did a nice job on the glass tonight, too.
Yeah, our big guys did really well on rebounding and getting the ball up to us, so.
Reese, congratulations. You had a great season, and we'll see you again on Friday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Coach. What seemed to change the tempo and kind of this game was when you switched over to that zone defense. Wenatchee seemed really confused by that to start that second half, and that seems to be when you guys took advantage.
Well, I'm going to place credit where credit is due. That was not my decision. My assistant coaches all were talking about, hey, they're driving the perimeter too much. If we go to some kind of zone, we'll stop that. And doggone it, they were right. So the decision was made.
And you guys weren't only good from the outside like you normally are. You had a good down-low game tonight. Adrian Ruffin's maybe the best game I've seen him play this year, ends up with 13 points. He had a big part in this game tonight.
You know, he did. The other thing he's been doing extremely well is that interior defense. They know that he's in the middle, and that has helped us, but it's nice to see him produce offensively as well.
Michael Torres led Wenatchee with 17 points in the loss as the Panthers season comes to an end. Eastmont will host Sunnyside Friday at 6 o'clock. Sunnyside advanced to Friday's game by beating Moses Lake last night, 72-52. Friday's other contest is for the district title between West Valley and Davis. Eastmont girls had their season come to an end on the road at Eisenhower last night. Cadets came out on top, 76-47. Eisenhower will host Moses Lake Thursday in the district tournament after the Mavericks beat West Valley last night, 47-33. Sunnyside and Davis will play for the district championship Thursday at 6 o'clock in Yakima. Well, at the District 5-6-2A girls tournament last night, Grandview shut down Sela 70-37, while Othello topped East Valley 53-35. The Greyhounds will visit the Huskies Thursday at 7, while the Ellensburg Bulldogs host the Prosser Mustangs for the district championship. Omak jumped out to a 33-11 lead at half and held on for a 42-35 win over Chelan in the final day of the District 6 1A girls tournament. The Pioneers will head for the crossover round Saturday with the Northeast A, while the Goats season comes to an end. Also last night, the Quincy boys advanced with a 74-53 win over Chelan in the District 6 1A boys tournament. Jackrabbits advanced to the crossover round Saturday, while the Goats season is over. Well, the Seattle Kraken concluded a disappointing road trip with a 3-2 shootout loss at Winnipeg last night. After a scoreless first period, the Jets took the lead in the second, only to see John Hayden and Jared McCann come back and give Seattle the lead later. The game finally would be determined in a shootout, with the Jets coming out on top.
Confidence too, right, Kevin? Oh, you can't make it without it. Turnover. Here's Wheeler, scores! Blake Wheeler with the game's first goal. And it's 1-0 Winnipeg. Wheeler looking for Peon, and that goes off the stick. Wheeler Looked to be at the end of the shift, but sees a turnover. He'll hustle back. Geeky to the net. They score. Geeky sets it up, and John Hayden with his second as a Kraken ties the game at 1. The pass back to Dunn. McCann, his shot blocks. Pinballs into the goal. It changed direction twice. Then went off Appleton and in, and it's 2-1 Seattle. Just about even between the two teams. Jets get that one. Morrissey takes the pass, shoots it, glove save, rebound, score! Dubois, a deflection, and we're tied at 2. Shot, another block, and that time Lowry, and he's got a man, and it's Mason Appleton in alone, and he hit the goal post. Lowry blocked it, set it up, then line into the net, and he swept it wide. Penalty coming up. Mark Scheifele, the first shooter, weaving, slowing, Scheifele, backhander, scores! The shootout, Riddick at 75.5% of the save percentage, and Donato missed the net. Jordan Eberle to shoot, 1 for 2 this year, 34% in his career. With a chorus of boos to listen to. Eberle, stopped by Riddick. Pierre-Luc Dubois for the win. If he can put it in, Dubois scores! And the Jets come back, and they beat the Kraken in a shootout.
Seattle returns home tomorrow night to host Philadelphia at Climate Pledge Arena at 7 o'clock. You can watch the action on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the playoff push is on for the Wenatchee Wild of the BCHL. Wenatchee's home this weekend to take on Cranbrook. The Wild have 7 of the remaining 11 games on home ice. Broadcast voice of the Wild, Austin Drade, says the push is on for Wenatchee to get home ice advantage in the postseason.
Well, we can't take anything for granted, but it's setting up pretty well for these guys, especially the way they've come on here lately. And the guys are, they've got a couple games, and all the other teams have a couple games in hand on this group right now, so the standings aren't a perfect representation, but the guys are within 5 points of third in the interior conference. So the goal right now is home ice, get that home ice first round, and at least pick up an extra home game if we need it. And I think that's more than doable for this group the way they're coming on right now.
Drade says they have some unique promotions going on for fans Friday and Saturday at the Town Toyota Center.
Friday's multicultural night, so we'll have several different cultures in the building to show off some dances and parts of their culture that they're proud of. And then Saturday night is our sportsman night. We'll be partnering up to give away, we'll be partnering up to give away some Eric Church tickets at the first intermission, so make sure you get into the building, get signed up for those, and we'll see if we can win you a spot out at the Gorge coming up later on in the summer to see Eric Church.
Game starts 7:05 on Friday, 6:05 on Saturday. Go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com if you want some tickets. That's Sports. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, this is an incredible story. Her name is Pat West Turner. She turned tragedy into triumph. Look at the cover. This will tell you everything you need to know. You are going to love the conversation with Pat and buy her book. We'll talk to Pat and her book and her life story on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Back to you.
Dan, thank you very much. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us. Have a great night.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE channel.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.